As I write this, pro-Trump protesters have stormed the U.S. Capitol building seeking to impose Trump's attempted coup on America. Trump's hand in stoking the coup is apparent on multiple fronts. He's been disseminating and mainstreaming baseless electoral fraud conspiracies for months, years really. He encouraged these protesters to head over to Capitol Hill. Once the attacks on an invasion of the Capitol began, he refused to condemn them. And then in his first address to the nation, he poured more fuel on the fire by continuing to traffic in electoral fraud conspiracies. To be perfectly clear, this is not only a coup effort, but one that is being directed by the President of the United States. How did we get here? And why is any of this a surprise to the legions of fascism deniers in the US who have long insisted that the US is not falling into authoritarian politics? Nothing about what's happened in the Capitol should be a surprise to those who have taken a sober look at the rising fascism that now characterizes American politics. Trump told the nation that he would not accept the results of an election he lost before a single ballot was counted on Election Day. And he has been leading an effort on countless fronts to overturn the results for the last 2 months, in the states, in the judicial branch, in Congress, and now in the streets. The president was caught trying to extort the Georgian Secretary of State by threatening criminal prosecution if he refused to manufacture 11,780 votes, thereby handing Donald Trump a victory in the state. This was the second time in a year and a half, the other being the Ukraine scandal, in which Trump tried to extort a political official for electoral gain. Trump's coup also includes his demand that Congress and Vice President Mike Pence hand Trump the presidency, rather than certifying Biden's win. Trump's dealings with Pence, Ukraine, and the Georgian Secretary of State reflect a fiefdom-style politics in which other political leaders are deemed little more than a means to an end for the president's personal political aggrandizement. Trump views his interactions with others as an opportunity for personal profit and as instrumental to achieving his own ends. But with this attempted coup, Trump's politics extend beyond simple corruption and clientelism. His attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 election represent a fundamental threat to democracy itself. Because of his conspiratorial propaganda, more than 3/4 of Republicans believe that the election was marked by widespread voter fraud. And many are now taking to the streets and engaging in violence and terrorism to overturn the election. Considering recent events, there's just no way to know how bad this is all going to get moving forward when it comes to the survival of the republic. Sadly, this fascist threat has been consistently downplayed every step of the way.